Hi everybody,
Hello,
I'm Fabrizio.
and I am Virginia. We are students from the Polytechnic of Torino, and we have found out something really interesting about supersonic flights that we want to share with you.
That's right, we want to tell you why the Concorde is not flying anymore nowadays. But first things, what do you know about Concorde, Virginia?
I know that the Concorde was a civil supersonic transport aircraft, and that it could reach Mach 2, which means twice the speed of sound in the air. So basically, it could travel at about 2,000 kilometers per hour, which is really a lot.
That's correct. It all seems pretty cool. I mean, a supersonic flight that is able to bring you everywhere in half of the time. It is kind of the dream.
Yes, you're right. But my question is, why doesn't the Concorde fly anymore?
It is possible that you don't remember, but in 2000 there was a terrible accident which became the most infamous event in the supersonic world. How old were you in 2000?
In 2000, I was born, so I don't have a lot of memories of that year, but I read something about the accident of the Concorde, even if I don't know the details. Can you explain me a bit?
On the 25th July 2000, a supersonic accident killed about 100 people. The flight was a supersonic one, and then, after the day, the public opinion condemned definitely the Concorde, which stopped flying in 2003.
But what caused the accident?
That's actually a very nice question. It was caused by a 20 centimeter piece of titanium lost from a previously landed aircraft. During the takeoff, this piece was run over by one of the Concorde's tires and lodged in a wing, causing it to catch fire.
Ah, I see. So tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like the nature of the incident doesn't have to do with the fact that the aircraft was in fact supersonic. I mean, it was a mere coincidence that it happened to the Concorde, which is supersonic.
That is indeed correct. The public opinion, in fact, was not really fond of the supersonic flight, even before the accident. In 2003, it finally stopped flying.
But where's that?
Well, the past supersonic flights had a really big problem with sustainability in a lot of fields: consumption, money, and above all, noise.
When you talk about the noise, you're referring to the supersonic boom.
Yes, I am. You know what it is?
Yes, I do. A sonic boom is a loud noise that occurs when an object travels faster than the speed of sound, and it is caused by the shock waves which reach the ground and cause this really loud sound. And I know that this sound is quite dangerous for the buildings, for the human ear, and for this reason the Concorde was not allowed to fly supersonic above the city, which means that basically it had to travel at Mach 1, so subsonic, for most of its time. And I know that the travel at Mach 1 was really not sustainable, and also life under the ocean seems to suffer the supersonic boom.
Precisely, I see you are prepared. This is the main reason why Concorde doesn't fly anymore, but it is not that simple.
Yeah, I imagine that there are also other reasons why the Concorde cannot fly anymore. We were talking about the inefficiency, for instance, at subsonic level before.
Yes, it was very inefficient, but not only at subsonic speed. Just to let you understand what we are talking about, the Concorde had a fuel consumption of 32.5 liters per second because it used the afterburner system during the takeoff.
An afterburner system? What's that?
It is a component injecting additional fuel into the engine to create an energy boost that allowed the Concorde, among other things, to go into supersonic mode.
It does not look like a really great component.
Not at all. Let me take my notes, because we've got some numbers here. After the aircraft reaches a height of 43,000 feet, the afterburner system opens for an additional 15 minutes to break the 1 Mach speed sound barrier. Approximately 30 tons of fuel is consumed in this process. It consumes more than 25,000 liters of fuel per hour during the cruise flight. Half of the total fuel is consumed from takeoff to 2.02 Mach. That is around 2,180 kilometers per hour.
That's a lot. I don't think I would be able to buy a ticket knowing I would be consuming so much. What do you think? Would you?
Well, first of all, I couldn't because of the cost.
Oh, the cost. Another big problem for the Concorde. Probably one of the main reasons why you cannot fly anymore. At today's exchange rate, the ticket would cost something like £10,000, which is really a lot, not really cheap.
That is true, but think also of the cost of servicing. It was exorbitant. For every hour of flight time, Concorde needed 20 hours of servicing, compared to the average 2 hours of a normal airliner.
So, to resume a bit, the Concorde cannot fly since 2003, and the public opinion thinks that's because of security issues, especially after the incident occurred in 2000. But the real reasons why the Concorde cannot fly are the supersonic boom, the consumption, and the exorbitant cost. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
That's a shame. I mean, in 2023, we have the resources and the technology that would allow us to fly at supersonic speed. We should really take advantage of this luck we have.
I'm glad you said that. More&Less is working on these issues right now to make possible the return of the supersonic flight.
Oh yes, More&Less. It is a project coordinated by the Polytechnic of Torino and financed by Concorde Europe. So it is an European project that aims at rewriting the paradigm of supersonic flights.
That's right.
Finally, the hope of seeing a supersonic flight that is both fast and sustainable.
Oh yes, so what do you think about these new possibilities? Let us know here in the comments and follow us on LinkedIn, TikTok and X.
Yes, indeed. To follow us, you just have to follow the links in the description.
See you!
Bye!